Easy to use, deep gloss, extreme slickness, and resistance to chemicals with silicon carbide technology, this CQUARTZ SiC makes a lot of really big promises. But can the product really back that up? I'll be putting it through my full lineup of tests, including ease of application, durability, visual appeal, hydrophobic performance, and more. By the end of this video, we'll know if the SiC truly delivers and if it's worth spending your hard-earned money on. To get started, you want to give the bottle a good shake to make sure everything's mixed up properly. Now you're going to apply it to the applicator. I like to start with a cross down the middle. That spreads a lot of the product there so that when I crosshatch over, I'm going to get good, even coverage. The product seems pretty easy to spread across. I'm not getting really any tackiness or anything else negative. It glides pretty easy. The instructions say the product will flash in 1 to 10 minutes. It depends on temperature and humidity. I'm in a climate-controlled environment. It's about 73 in here right now and probably about 50% humidity. It's time to try removing it to see how easy it comes off the surface. I'll show you the scoring for this test on your screen now. Overall, I'm able to get most of the product up with one pass of the towel. Having flipped the towel, I can now remove all the remnants of it, and that came off very, very easily. Scoring for this test is, of course, very subjective, but I'm gonna go towards a 10 because this product was very easy to layer smoothly, it glided very well across the surface, and then after about a 5-minute period, it wiped off like a dream. Again, one pass got most of it and the second pass got everything. This is my optical contact angle meter, and I'll be using it to test a panel I've already pre-treated with the coating. I'm placing a 3 microliter droplet of deionized water onto the surface. The microscope connected to my computer will capture the droplet's profile. The software then calculates the contact angle between the droplet and the surface, telling us just how hydrophobic this coating really is. I'll be taking 5 readings and averaging them out. Let's jump to my laptop and take a look at the screenshots from the results of the test. You should be able to see the individual contact angles, and on average, this product came in at 102.4 degrees. Now that puts it in the hydrophobic category. Anything over 90 degrees is hydrophobic. I'll bring up the scoring table now, and based on that, this coating scores 7.5 points. It has strong hydrophobics, and you're gonna get all the use out of that. Things like self-cleaning, water shedding, all of those good qualities. Before we move on, there are affiliate links down below in the description to the product we're testing today, as well as other products that I use myself and trust. If you click through and purchase anything at all at those websites, it will help support this channel. It's a great way to make sure that I can keep making content like this in the future. It's time to see if this coating brings the looks. We're talking depth, pop, and that high gloss shine. I'm gonna use 2 panels for this test, the coated red panel that we worked on together and a pre-prepped black panel. You'll see the scoring method on your screen, and the final score will be an average of both. Sometimes it can be difficult to find the line where the product and the paint meet on this red panel, but I think today it's gonna be pretty evident where that line is. This product looks very pretty on the red, and red can be a very hard color to make pop, especially with that extra depth that it's adding. I'm really digging this. It should be very clear where the line in this product is, and I think it's making a really big difference. I'm gonna go with a 10 on this red panel. That is very pretty. And here we've got the CQUARTZ on our black test panel, which has already been pre-treated and cured a couple of weeks ago. It's ready to go, and you can see it looks very striking on the black. I'll give you a few different angles as I rotate it around. It's kind of a heavy steel sheet, and it's very interesting to see how deep and rich it's made the paint. Now there's another product on this side which is actually even more striking, but I promise you this is incredibly pretty on black. I'm definitely going for a 10 on the black here. I think it looks absolutely amazing. When it comes to coatings, slickness matters, especially when it comes to reducing marring, swirls, and those fine scratches that come from washing and drying your vehicle. For this test, we're measuring how much force it takes to break free a 1,040-gram block resting on our test surface. I'll take 5 measurements and calculate the static coefficient of friction from that. On average, it took 112 grams to get the block to move. To calculate the static coefficient of friction, we just divide that number by 1040, the weight of the block. That gives us a static coefficient of 0.11 rounded up. And if you take a look at the scoring chart on your screen, you'll see that it means this product gets 7.5 points for slickness, This is a slick product. It may not be the slickest out there, but it will definitely reduce some of that marring and swirling. Coatings are supposed to improve the looks of your paint. Earlier, we looked at how it improves the looks to your naked eye, but now we're going to be measuring something a little more precise: how well the coating reflects light. That's where my gloss meter comes in. It fires a beam at a 20-degree angle and measures how much light bounces back, giving us a gloss unit score. After a polish and prep, this bare panel reads 88 gloss units. I'll be taking 5 readings from the coated section, and then we'll average those and compare it to our 88-point baseline. The difference here gives us the gloss score, and if a product dulls the shine, it will lose points. Our average gloss reading came out to 86.9 rounded up gloss units, and we're gonna subtract 88 from that, which was our baseline, and we see that we lost 1.1 rounded down gloss units. So in our case, that's gonna be the score. The product did reduce that specular reflection a little bit. When it comes to choosing the right protection for your paint, durability is a major factor. I've come up with a test that's both repeatable and objective using an alcometer. It drags a terry-covered pad across the surface while a gentle shampoo helps with lubrication. Before we get started, we're gonna spray the panel with water just to see how the product performs without any passes, and you'll notice there's a control strip right down the center of the test area. Pretty impressive hydrophobicity from the product there. I'm locking in the panel into the alcometer now. You'll see the scoring system pop up on the screen. We run tests in rounds of 10, 20, 50, 100, 300, and 1,000 passes. After each one, we'll spray with water and check if the coating is still working. As soon as it fails, that's where we stop. And we score it based on the last successful round. Just keep in mind, this test is about durability, not total lifespan. Real-world longevity depends on a lot of things we can't simulate in a lab, but if it can't survive the wash cycles here, it won't last long out in the real world either. 10 washes in, can the CQUARTZ still work? I don't see any effect. It's still working. Let's send it through again. Let's run it for 20. Let's see how it's working. Perfect, like it's new. Absolutely no effect, still beating perfectly. With 100 washes on the CQUARTZ, is it still working? Like it's new still. 300 in, how's the CQUARTZ? Still like new, it's amazing. Will it make it to 1,000? That is incredible. I don't even see a wear line yet. This is a very durable product, very abrasion resistive. Definitely getting 10 points in the durability test. With all the testing wrapped up, it's time to talk about what I liked about this product, what could be improved, and whether or not you should spend your hard-earned money on it. If you've liked this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave me a nice comment, because I do want to hear from all of you, and of course, so you don't miss future videos. Now let's start with what I liked about this product, the CQUARTZ SiC. There is a whole lot to like. The product is incredibly durable. We saw 1,000 washes with no sign of wear at all. I don't know if that is related to the silicon carbide technology. I generally don't get too bogged down in which technology which product uses. Furthermore, I thought this product was very strong in the looks department. It managed to make the red panel look a lot better, which is a big deal. Not all products are able to elevate those bright colors like red. The product was also quite slick, as they promised, and it was no slouch in the contact angle department either. It's definitely hydrophobic. Now, I didn't get the promised 110 degrees on average, and I don't know if they're talking about an average on their bottle. Overall, I would say this product has very few flaws, if any, outside of maybe just that tiny bit of reflected light being lost. So, who is this product for, and would I recommend buying it? I think this is an easy-to-use, strong product that would work for anyone looking for a ceramic coating for their car, especially if you have a brighter color. I was very impressed on the red. This is not a difficult or challenging product. So I would say really this is for anybody that wants a coating, especially on bright colors. And yes, I would definitely recommend it. It's a strong product. I don't think you can go wrong with the SiC. I do want to hear from you guys if you've been using this for a while. What have been your results? This has been on the market for a minute, so I bet some of you have used it extensively. Do leave me a comment down below. I would love to learn more. I make this kind of nerdy detailing content all the time, as well as build videos, car mods, car repairs. I'm a huge car nerd, as you, I'm sure, can tell. And if you're into this kind of content, I'm sure there's something here for you. Do make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, leave me a comment, and I hope to see you again in a future video really soon.
I Don't care what you say.